You want to do some color grading for this, you want to make it more realistic or something. So at the time what you do, you can is to be work with your post process, right? Okay. So in this we have the different options where you can use to be apply the color grading. Okay, so here we have the temperature and everything, so you can use to be adjusted. Okay, so what is the type of the mood that you want to be set it to your environment. So if it's a cool environment, that you can use to be reduce it, that is the temperature you want to do the kind of warm. So let's make this sensor 500 or 8000. It make more little warmer. Okay, 6500 is the neutral one where you can have the color, and you want to add some tint like a any green or a kind of a mossy kind of it, or else you want to kind of pinkish like a tint that you want to add, you can use this one. Okay, so like in the particular temperature you can use to be more uh, cinematic look that is going to be added for you. Okay, so instead of that you can make it remove it. Okay, so and here we have the all the global color values and everything. There's a saturation. Okay, you want to change the color lookup and everything, so here you can use to, and there you can say the saturations, the color more colorish that you want to be add, you can add here. And there's a gain and the contrast, you want to add the kind of the contrast, or you want to make it darker, so here you can just to be add this one. Okay, so instead of all this is, I don't interest to do in here, so I'm little uh, easy to do it in a Photoshop or somewhere. Okay, so that time what you can do is just use the press G. Okay, there's a game mode, and take the high resolution screenshot, or you can take the general screenshot. Okay, so I just used to take the RS. Let's go for the tool, capture it. Okay, and here it is going to be get the your image render. Okay, so you just open that into the Photoshop once. Okay, so what are the adjustments that you want? You can create it in the color adjustment layer using that. Okay, so here, for example, there's a hue and saturation that I want to control over here. So let me just to or else make it colorize the things. Okay, something like this. And then and the adjustment, the brightness and everything that I want to be adjust, for example. Okay, then go for the curves. Okay, so the way how I just want to be adjust, for example, is the lookup that I want to be created. Okay, so what you can do for that, so here I uh, in a website there is a lot. Okay, there's a lot table, so it's just usually find the Google search Unreal lot. Okay, so you can get the kind of documentation for that. So in that where you can usually find your lot texture example zip file. Okay, you can usually download it. Okay, then extract that. Okay, so just come into over here. Okay, so let's go for the download. There's your neutral color and drag and drop over here. So there's your lookup table over here. So simply just drag all these things into your lookup table. Okay. Okay, there you can see all the lookup table is created for you. Okay, and save as this, and there is stop. Uh, okay, so let me make as a FPC 01. I just take it as a PNG. And save it. Okay, so let's import this into here. Let's close this, and let's drag and drop over ABC here. Okay, okay, so simply where you can usually import that. Okay, so then here we have the post process volume where you can still take it off. Okay, and go down there we have the mask. Okay, in a mix there is a color grading lot. Okay, so there you can see here there's a texture. So simply you can add that texture, so that's going to be added for you. But it's a kind of messy, it's a kind of patchy kind of color that you can easily see it, right? Because the texture grouping is not, the compression setting is not aligned properly for that, assigned properly for that. Okay, so if you want to create that, okay, so just used to go for in the world, you just find the lookup table, color lookup or something. Yeah, there you can see the color lookup table, right? So just change this texture group into the color lookup table and save it. Now it is not going to be like a pixelated now. Now you can see it. You understand? Okay. The same output what you are seeing here, the same thing that you can easily get it over here. Understand? If you are not able to do the color grading over here, just take the screenshot and do order the color adjustments in your Photoshop. Use the color lookup table and drag all your things and save as a PNG and bring it to here and change the group over here, texture group to the color lookup table and save it. Then it is going to apply for you. So just turn off and turn on that. That you can see. You understand, guys? Yes. Okay. So you can also adjust the value. So you don't want that much value that is going to be applied. You can also blend it. Okay. So here we have the values. You can use to. Yes. Okay. And for example, you want to create a kind of effect, which is a kind of you are seeing through the kind of glass, like a muddy glass or something, or it's a kind of lens flare that you want to be added for that. Okay. So you can also add the lens flare from here. Okay. So here we have the lens flare. If you want to add the lens flare, you can also add it. Okay. So just you can see the lens flare, nice, beautiful bokeh effect that you can easily see over here. Okay. So you can also increase the tint, sorry, intensity and the bokeh size over here, format sizing and everything that you can use to. And the tint also you can use to be changed the different colors where you can use to be applied for that. Okay. So and the threshold and you want to change the shape of the booking, you can also change the different shape like a circle or any kind of shape that you want to be added. You can also add that one. Okay. So and next one is the local exposure. It is going to be add the kind of little brightness that you want to be added to your thing. Okay, like exposure or something that you can use to be add something over here that just strengthen everything. You can see it is going to be show the more detailing in your scene. It's little blurry in the previous scene. Now you can see the more detailing of your environment. Did you? Yes. So like this, you can used to be add the kind of detailing and the blurriness and the middle gray bars. You can add the kind of grace and everything here. Okay, and the shadow threshold you can usually adjust the little values that is going to be make more interesting to your environment. Okay, so and here we have the camera also. If you don't want to work with the auto exposure and everything, you can change this to the manual. So directly you can give the value here. Okay, you can see. Okay, so or else you can use the camera. So if you are comfortable with the camera ISO and the shutter speed and everything, so you can work with these things. Okay, so you can adjust the values here like this. Okay, so anyways, that you want to use the other exposure and you can make it the minimum and maximum values to be the 1 and 1 or the 0 to 0, or you just use the manual auto exposure. You can use it. Otherwise, go for the manual and adjust the camera settings. Okay, anything that you can use for the static lighting for your environmental setting. Is it clear? Yes. Okay. So next one we have the chromatic aberration. When you're seeing the any of the image, it is not perfect. It is having a kind of little edges which is the RGB style. Okay. Okay. So you want to add the kind of effect. There is a chromatic aberration. So you just want to add it. So here you can see. Okay. So just used to add little point 0.5 to point 0.6. That will be the more. It's a kind of realistic image up here that is going to be added for you. Yes. Okay. So next one we have the dirt mask. So you want to add some your see-through kind of glass or something that you want to do the effect. You can actually find some dirt mask. So just go for okay. 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 It's a texture. Just find the images. So just take any of the image. So I'm just taking this one. Let's just take it any of it. So black and white and the gray is mixing. Okay. So let's say image. Okay. Yeah. So let's save it. Okay. Now I can import that one. So it's a mark that I have here. And coming to here, so just add this one, this texture. So just select the texture and add it. There you can see. Did you see any effect? Not now, right? So just enable this dirt mark intensity and increase the value. You see that? You're seeing through a kind of a glassy kind of thing, like a muddy spatulas or something that you want to be added on your screen, that it is going to be added for you. Okay, is it clear, guys? Okay, so this is all the way how you can install. So you have the tint also. So I just want to add some little muddy style or something. So you can install like an overlay that you can install. You understand, guys? Okay. So this is the way how you can still create the kind of nice, beautiful effects and everything to your environment. Yes. Okay. So yeah, there's a local exposure and image effects like vintage intensity. You want to add the kind of vintage like a black overlay on top of it like a sphere style. So you don't want it. So here you can see if I make it one, there you can see the kind of fall off the black overlay that is going to be added for you. The focus in middle that you can easily see it, right? So if you don't want, you can make it the zero. By default, it is a 0.5. Okay. So if you don't want it, you can make it the zero so that everything is the flatten. Yes. Okay. So this is all the way how you can estimate. So just want to go for the 0.1 and there's a sharpness. You can estimate adjust that. And here we have the depth of field and everything. If you want to create a kind of water, uh, kind of the pool or something at the place where you can use this, I will show this one later. Okay. So then the mask and the film. So in the there's a film where you can adjust your grays, blacks, and the whites. Okay. In the slope where you can adjust the kind of whites. Okay, you can see you want to add the kind of fill light to your environment or you want to make the kind of whites. Okay, so just go for the 0.65 where you can get the more fill kind of that you can easily see in your whole wall. Okay, so and the toe which is going to give the kind of darkness. Okay, you can see. Okay, and this is our shoulder, the height of the fall of fever that you want to be added. So mostly where you can use to add to the higher. Okay, so this is the way how you can use the things to be added. Okay, so and these are different options that you have. Okay, so when you are creating kind of cinematic, you require the motion, the how much that you want to, that everything also you can use to be added for here. Okay, so on the film grain, so you want to add that kind of grain effect or something. Okay, so intensity, pick one for example. There you can see kind of grain. Yes, you want to add some grain to your scene, that you can also add a grainy kind of effect. You would say it. Okay, so these are the different options where you have here. Okay, and there's a one more option for you, that is a part tracing here. Okay, so which is going to give a kind of more realistic render that is going to be given for you. Okay, compared to the lumen. So the previously there's a kind of static lighting and you can use to build it. Currently, where we can use the lumen, where you have the kind of all the dynamic lighting with all the bounce lighting and everything. We have the ray tracing, that also where you can get the more realisticness. But your system requires the RTX 20 series at least 2060 at least. Okay, then only the ray trace is going to be works. Okay, so higher that only it is going to be these two options is going to be work properly. Okay, so you can see the kind of part tracing which is going to be the more realistic kind of uh, image render that is going to be created for you. Okay, so, but it's going to be take the some time where it is going to be happen. Okay, so I will show the render settings and how you can actually render using the part tracing. Before that, you want to be see the part trace image, the render how it is coming, where you can actually check from here with all the option. Okay, yes, is it clear, guys? Okay, so just check it out once. Make it click. There you can see the difference. Okay, so it's going to give the kind of more colors and everything. You can see the kind of shadow differences in the both of them. Okay, the light quality and everything. Yes. Okay. So which one that you like? You can easily take it. You like the part race, you just go for the part race, or just go for the kind of default lumen thing. Okay, so there's another one is also there's a screen space reflection where the default the 4 point to some the version that where you can use it. Okay, so if I change that, the all the lighting is gone. You have to be recreate your lighting. Okay, from the scratch. Okay, so this is all what you have. So for example, I just go for the lumen and method. So there's a global illumination method. There's a lumen by default. If I change this into the none, okay, so, and screen space, we have the two different things over here. We already did all the dynamic lighting, so we don't get that much difference from here. But you can see the kind of light bounce reflections using the lumen and without the lumen. You see it, okay? So this is all the way how you can use to work with. This is the screen space. This is also the better way how we can use the renders and everything here. Okay. So which one that you like is to work with. Is it clear? Yes? Okay. So there are the different options for the post process. Okay. Now we'll see something that is kind of give me the disturbing the dirt mask. I just want to disable the dirt mask. Okay. So this is the way how we can have you. Okay. So we'll see about the cinematics today. Okay, so what is the cinematics? So you want to create a kind of image render, or you want to create a kind of any movie or the short. Okay, so nowadays everyone making movies and everything with a small duration, and before going for the original shot, they can used to be come up with the pre-visualizations where we call the previews. Okay, so that everything we can create in the Unreal first. Then we can make it a finalize the thing, how the shot and everything. Then go for the shooting nowadays. Okay, so for that, where we can use the cinematics is going to be created for this. So this is a kind of simple environment that we have. So we see we can use this tomorrow. So as of now, we'll see the kind of basics. Okay.